Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. Manitoba Start is the leading provider of career services to newcomers in the province of Manitoba and connects businesses to a world-class workforce. I would like to welcome you all to this Labor Market Connection webinar events designed to assist you in entering the Manitoba labor market. Manitoba Start operates from Treaty 1 territory, the traditional land of the Anishinaabe, Cree, Ojibwe, Dakota, and Dene people, and homeland of Métis people. We acknowledge that our water is sourced from Shoal Lake 41st Nation. Acknowledging this truth is important, yet only a small part in cultivating strong relationships with Indigenous communities. Today's webinar is focusing on the futurepreneur. My name is Eda Can. I am Labor Market Connections Coordinator here at Manitoba Start, and I will be your host for today's webinar.
Bonjour tout le monde, je m'appelle Rabha Mazer et je travaille pour Manitoba Start en tant que traductrice en français. Et je serai ici pour vous aider avec toutes les questions que vous aurez. Bienvenue encore et merci.
Given the large number of participants who joined this webinar, we have muted your microphone to allow for better clarity and less interference. Before we begin, I will be going over a couple of housekeeping items. You can use the raised hand feature to indicate that you have a question or comment. To do this, you can click on the participants button in the meeting controls and find the raised hand icon next to your name and click on it. This will notify us that we have a raised hand. Teams webinars provide a Q&A feature that allows attendees to ask questions specifically in the Q&A panel. To access this, click on the More Options, 3 dots button in the meeting controls and select Q&A. You can then type your question in the Q&A panel. Today's webinar is with the Futurpreneur, only national non-profit organization dedicated to providing collateral-free financing, one-on-one mentoring, and free business resources to help aspiring entrepreneurs. So please welcome Wendy from the Futurpreneur. Over to you, Wendy.
Thank you, Eda. Thank you, everyone. So I just want a quick check so everybody can see me and hear me. Yes. Okay. Perfect. Oh, okay. I guess your hand up means yes. Okay. Thank you. All right. So let me just quickly share my screen. Okay. So everybody can see my screen. Yes.
Yes, we can see.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so yeah, thank you, Eda, for having me and inviting me for the event. And I understand that this is for the newcomers, and we have a lot of newcomers in Canada. And my presentation today definitely focus on how futurepreneurs support newcomers who want to start or buy or grow their business. And actually, we also have a newcomer entrepreneur initiative called the My Canadian Startup. So I will focus on the main resources to talk about what kind of support a futurepreneur can support our newcomer entrepreneurs. Before my presentation, I would like to acknowledge that we're located on original lands of Anishinaabe, Cree, Ojibwe, Dakota, and the Dene peoples, and on the homeland of Métis Nation. We respect the treaties that were made on these territories. We acknowledge the harms and mistakes of the past, and we dedicate ourselves to move forward in partnership with Indigenous communities in a spirit of reconciliation and collaboration. All right. Briefly talking about myself. My name is Wendy Yan. I'm the Senior Business Development Manager in Futurpreneur. I look after Manitoba because we're a national organization. We have more than 15 offices across Canada. So I look after Manitoba. I'm located in Winnipeg as well. And my background is, 11 years ago, I was also a newcomer. Yeah, 11 years ago, I came to Canada to pursue my PhD program. So I finished my PhD program at the University of Manitoba. My background is business management and marketing. Yeah. So after I graduated, interestingly, I get a job offer as a professor at one university in the US. I almost went to US. I almost. Well, why it's almost because pandemic changed everything. So just to make it short, to make it short, I decided to stay in Winnipeg and find industry job. And then I started to work at a Futurepreneur. And I have been in Futurepreneur for 4 years. So as the senior business development manager, I have a chance to talk with entrepreneurs every day with a different background, diverse culture, diverse background. And I also work with the local community partners to support entrepreneurs. So this job really is meaningful because I know I'm helping people. I know I'm helping the community. I know I'm helping entrepreneurs or potential entrepreneurs to realize their dream. So yeah, just gave a brief introduction about myself, and also as a newcomer, I completely understand the barriers and the challenges who come to Canada, who want to pursue their dream and ambition, right? It's so important to understand what are the supportive resources, what are the information there to support your ambition and your dream. So, just to understand our audience better, I have three basic questions. Because let me just quickly see how can I do that. Okay, I also want to see your answer. So you can still see my screen. So the first question, when did you come to Canada? So maybe you can just put your answer in the chat box. You don't need to unmute yourself. You don't need to say anything. Just put your answer in the chat box. So that would be very helpful. Oh, wow, we have a very, very new newcomer. So that's awesome. Thank you for letting me know. Yes, just come to Canada. Perfect. Thank you. Yeah, that's amazing. Thank you for the answers. I really appreciate that. Okay, so some of you came here like almost 10 years. 7 years, which is good. Yeah, 2024. Perfect, perfect. Okay, that's awesome. Okay. Wow, that's a great. And so if you feel comfortable, just put the information in the chat box. That would be very helpful. And my presentation style is a very interactive. Oh, I guess, sorry about that. I couldn't speak French. I guess you are expecting the French translation, but I apologize. I couldn't speak French. Okay, so let me just go back to the second question. Are you a PR or international student or a work permit holder? So PR. Oh, perfect. That's amazing. Work permit. Okay, great. PR. We have a lot of permanent residents. That's amazing. Yes. Okay. PR. That's a really, yeah, amazing. So I'm happy. I'm happy for you that you get the PR because a lot of benefits you can enjoy. And Canada definitely is a great country to welcome newcomers. I'm so happy to stay in Canada, but not in the US. But you know what? Maybe I'm biased, but I'm so happy that I'm still in Canada and start my life, my work, and everything goes very well. And also another thing is that I'm helping other people, which feels, yeah, which feels the best. Okay, thank you. So let me just go to the third question. So do you want to start or purchase a business? Do you want to start a business? Do you have the intention to start a business or buy a business? Yes? Okay, of course, for sure. Yes. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for your answers. Thank you for the message in the chat box, which help me to understand the audience better because later on I will give you more information about Futurepreneurs resources and program, which definitely focus on different targets, different entrepreneurs. Okay, so it's hard to understand what kind of business. It's hard to understand. Okay. Yeah. I mean, any business, right? So it depends on your intention. It depends on your plan. Do you have the intention to find a job or do you have the intention to start your own business? That's different, right? Okay. So thank you so much for the feedback. And then I also have another question. Oh, okay, if I just go to next part, next slide. What are the challenges for a newcomer to start or buy or grow our business? Because, yeah, we are newcomers, right? And we definitely, we come to Canada and we have the dream to start a business or buy a business. But what are the challenges? Okay, marketplace, capital, contact, network, right? Regulations, exactly. Yes. Totally, totally. So language, exactly. Capital regulations. Okay, okay, gotcha, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, these are all true. These are all true customer needs. Exactly. Yeah, my background is in marketing, and the basic idea, the basic principle of marketing is you should understand your market needs, understand your customers' needs. Exactly. If you don't know what they need, how can you promote to them? Capital for sure. Anything else? Capital, regulation, language, marketplace, consumer, customer needs. Okay. Wow, thank you. I really, really appreciate this feedback. And because of your answers, that helped me understand your situation, right? And also, I understand the challenges for different people would be different. And so, all the challenges or barriers you mentioned totally makes sense. Yeah. And so we understand the challenges and we also understand the barriers for newcomers to start or buy or grow a business. And Futurepreneur definitely has a newcomer entrepreneur initiative just to focus on supporting newcomers. But before I go to the specific newcomer entrepreneur initiative, I would like to give a whole picture about what a futurepreneur is to give you some idea, what we are doing and what we are supporting the community. Okay, so Futurepreneur, generally speaking, is a national nonprofit organization to support aspiring entrepreneurs. And we have different programs to support diverse entrepreneurs. We also have different initiative and free resources to support different entrepreneurs or potential entrepreneurs who want to start or buy or grow their business. To elaborate our impact about Futurepreneur, there are more data here. So on the slide, you can see in the past 28 years, we have been supporting more than 18,700 diverse young entrepreneurs. And so 42% of them are women-led. 15% of the entrepreneurs have Black founders, and 5% of supported business have Indigenous founders. And in the past 28 years, we have provided more than $219 million in loan capital, along with one-on-one mentoring. Yeah. And also the data on the right side, you can see that because we're a national organization, we actually work with more than 350 community partners to make joint effort to support local entrepreneurs and yeah, entrepreneurs with a different background. And also we have more than 2,300 volunteer mentors to support our young entrepreneur. And because we're a national organization from Western Coast to Eastern Coast, we have more than 15 offices. Yeah. So the reason why we have like team members here, I say it's more than 15 because we're expanding. We're expanding. Yeah. And so this is a map about our national impact. So you can see that from coast to coast to coast, these are the numbers of businesses we have supported. So here you can see Manitoba. Yeah, in the past 28 years, we have supported more than 608 businesses. Yeah. So talking about the newcomer entrepreneur initiatives, it's very helpful just now. I asked you the question and you gave me the answer. So what are the challenges? What are the barriers, right? And just because we know that, we understand. So our national online workshops provide this information to guide newcomer entrepreneurs to understand what would be the business foundations, what's the Canadian business culture, what's the legal structures for business, general financing options, right? What's the finance system in Canada? What are the financing options in Canada if you want to start a business? And also, how credit score affect your application. So you can see one of the resources, like this is for everybody. This is for everybody. As long as you want to start or buy a business in Canada, no matter of your age, no matter of your background, and no matter of your language, because we also have a French seminar, sorry, French speaking workshops. And we, because we're a national organization, we have an office in Quebec as well. And we have French speaking colleagues who will guide you regarding the application, regarding the resources to navigate, to help you navigate to the right direction to your business. Yeah. So you can see on the slide, these are the online and the free workshops, which is to everybody. And just because we're newcomers, it's important to understand the foundations. If you try to do a business, how to find the target market, right? Who will be the target market and who will be the competitors? How to set the price for your product or service. And if you try to develop the app or software, what are the resources to support you? And also, what are the marketing strategies or risk management and how to make a prediction, like a prediction about your monthly sales for the next 2 or 5 years, and how to make a prediction about the startup cost and the monthly sales. So what are the sales forecast assumptions? So these are the basic concepts if you try to start a business, and this would be covered in our national online workshops. You can see the first part is business foundations, right? And talking about the Canadian business culture, I believe, we may come from different countries, right? We have a different culture, and back to our mother country, we have different social norms, so we have different culture, and especially business culture. So what's the Canadian business culture? Is that the same or similar or completely different from our, original culture? Right. So actually, you can say we have the expert Matt, who is a consultant actually, and he himself, I can give you a kind of like a basic information. So Dominic, our first speaker, is our entrepreneur in residence in Futurpreneur, and he actually coach startups for more than 12 years. He's very experienced and knowledgeable. And the second speaker, Matt, he himself is a Métis. However, he actually traveled to a lot of countries around the world. He had been to Asia, Australia, Africa. So he actually has experience interacting with people with a different culture. And he also understand, he's familiar with different culture, business culture in different countries. So that's why, oh, everything is good? Sorry. I just want to double check. So everything's
Yes.
good. You're still okay. Okay, perfect. Because my screen just had a little, kind of like a sparkling. I just don't know what happened. Okay, thank you. So yeah, Matt is a native Canadian, but he just had years experience in different countries, so he's familiar with the culture difference. That's why he's the expert to give the Canadian business culture to help newcomers understand the culture difference. And also we have the third speaker, Tayu, who is the lawyer for more than 10 years. He also has his own business. He has his own business as an entrepreneur, and he will talk about the legal structures for business. Yeah. And the fourth one, Derek, is our vice president in Futurepreneur. So, oh, sorry. Yeah. Derek is our vice president for client service and risk. And he will talk about the finance system in Canada and what are the general financing options, right? Because most of the people in the chat box mentioned about one of the barriers, one of the challenges is to get capital, right? So what are the options if you try to get capital in Canada for your business? So this would be different options. And also, if you just come to Canada, very basic, golden rule is that don't use cash. Don't use cash because, credit card, credit score matters a lot, especially in the future. You try to start a business, you try to get a financing, you try to, build some like a credit history. Don't use the cash, but start with applying for a credit card, and because that will help you to build credit score. So all these things matters. So Hala, the last speaker, Hala is our senior national credit adjudication manager in Futurepreneur, and she also give you some tips and let you know what are the tips, what are the suggestions to improve the credit score. Okay, so if you are interested in the workshops focusing on newcomer entrepreneur initiative, right? So this would be our upcoming sessions. They are all free and they are all online. So the upcoming session would be in New Year, January 15th. So just go to the session. If you are interested, use the QR code, scan the QR code. So please, if you are interested, yeah, just scan the QR code. You will get to the page to register for the session. And if you are a French, French speaker, we also have a session on February 5th. So February 5th, this would be the workshop in French. Okay. Are we good? So scan the QR code if you want to register for the workshops. Do we have any questions so far? Let me just quickly check here. Oh, no question. No question. Okay, I see a thumb up. Thank you. All right. Well, if that's the case, I will just continue. So, of course, there are more free resources other than the national online workshops because we understand to start a business it's a big project, right? You couldn't just get the basic information one day or 2 days. So we on Futurepreneur's website we also have e-guide. You know what? This e-guide has 65 pages. 65 pages. Yeah. So it's a very comprehensive with a lot of detailed information to give you the guidance as a newcomer how to start a business. Yeah. So this e-guide is for newcomer entrepreneurs in Canada. I can actually, I just screenshot this table of content. So you can see that it has 65 pages. And just to give you like a quick glance, you can say this e-guide. I recommend you to go to Futurepreneur's website and go to the, this one. So this page, which is my Canadian startup, and you will say e-guide, and then you click download e-guide, right? So it's available for everyone, and it's free. It's a free. So if you just go back to the table of content, actually this e-guide covers a lot of things, such as the language of a small business in Canada. So a lot of kind of what are the letters short for, right? So in Canada, sometimes you just say the terms, but you're not familiar with that. So actually, we have a summary, even have the summary about the business terms. And so these are kind of like language, popular language using in Canadian business. And also there is a newcomer entrepreneur startup checklist, a newcomer entrepreneur startup questionnaire, and we also feature some of the newcomer entrepreneur stories for you. Maybe you will get something inspired and also get like a like a kind of like a role model, because they are the role model for the newcomer entrepreneurs. And also for the second part, you can also say what Futurepreneur offers. So we have different programs for the diverse entrepreneurs. And actually, there are a lot of resources if you just go through them one by one. What I would like to spend a little bit more time is this page. So this is a continue, right? So we just continue the table of content of the e-guide. You can also say there are specific content here. Business in Canada is different. Yes. So as a newcomer, it's important for us to understand the culture and understand the language and understand the available, helpful, and supportive resources for newcomers, right? And also for the small business basics in Canada. So what are the basics? And at least we should understand, yeah. So what will be the Canadian economy? So it will be affected by the economy. Any business will be affected by the economy, and also business planning. It's important to do the business plan, cash flow projection, etc., etc. And what about the banking? Right? Banking. So whenever you think about capital, I believe the first thing in your mind is I will go to the bank, right? So this is a kind of like a immediate thought in your mind if you try to get capital. But is that easy to get capital from bank? That's a different story. Yeah. And also that they also cover some other content such as business startup loans, business structure, registration, taxes, right? License, taxes, regulations. Look, so regulations. Some of you mentioned about the challenge. One of the challenges is regulation. Yeah, so regulations, permits, license, taxes, business insurance, legal issues. Yeah, and also if you hire people, we should be aware of the workers' rights, minimum wages, health and safety, right? And if your business is about international business, so import, export basis. Yeah, and the business incubators, what are the business incubators, how you can benefit from their programs, and what's the intellectual property, right? So if you create something new, you need to protect your intellectual property. Yeah, and the marketing. What are the popular marketing strategies? And also, so for next part, understanding business culture in Canada. So this would be some like detailed information, right, about workplace value, general business etiquette, business closing, greetings. So these are some details, but a lot of people, they just feel, yeah, they don't know. And just because they are not aware of that, sometimes they make some inappropriate statement. So, but everything matters. So that's why there are some details talking about business culture. Yeah. And also communication skills. We understand some people have language obstacles. So what are the resources to help you? And also, again, we're lucky. We're lucky because you are in you are also in the system of Manitoba Start, right? Because I strongly believe they have a lot of resources, some support for the newcomers. If you have obstacles or language barriers, so there are a lot of resources supported by Manitoba Start as well. But regarding the business, right? So these are all the specific information, resources, and the support for you to start a business. Yeah, so we have different focuses, you can see. And also networking is important as well. Because, trust me, no matter which culture you come from, networking is always important. Networking is always important. Even in Canada, in North America, if you want to build a business, if you want to get expand a business, get more customers, get a big market, right? And build a relationship with the partners, build a relationship with this community, this ecosystem. Networking is important. Yeah. But how to build a networking, right? So the networking basics, what's the newcomer network, how to develop your network. So these are still very specific and detailed guidance. Yeah. And also some mindset, mentoring, and sustainability and the growth of your small business. Anyway, I just quickly go through this table of content to help you understand, if you really want to get some guidance, go to our website and download the e-guide, which would be very helpful. Yeah. Okay. So, well, just now we understand, if you try to do a business in Canada, no matter whether you want to get grants from government or you try to get a loan from nonprofit organizations or banks, or want to get investment from VC or angel investors, right? They will ask you for a business plan. So business plan and cash flow projection are the two fundamental documents for business owners, especially startups. Yeah. So that's why, we also have other free resources to, guide you through how to build a solid business idea, business plan, and a cash flow projection. And again, they're online. You don't need to drive to anywhere. It's very easy and convenient, and they are free. They are all free. Yeah. So the Rock My Business three-part workshop series covers Rock My Business idea, business plan, and Rock My cash flow. Yeah. So if you're interested, scan the QR code, you will directly go to the page that you can register for the next sessions. So I would say these workshops actually happened every second month in Futurpreneur. Okay, so every second month we launch the workshops, free online workshops. So that means it's a flexible. You go to the website. So for example, you scan the QR code and you figure out the sessions, which would be in January, right? But if you are not available in January, next session would be in March. March. Okay. And if you are not ready to go to the workshops, and then you can wait until May to go to the workshops. They are all online and free. Am I clear? Okay. So if you are still at a business idea stage, I highly recommend you to go to the workshops to learn how to build a solid business idea. Because sometimes you have the idea, but you don't know whether this is a good idea or not, whether this idea is feasible, whether it's realistic, right? And you need to do a lot of research and homework and how to do that. So the workshop, our entrepreneur in residence will guide you in 3 hours. So for 3 hours, each session would be 3 hours. It's not just a general speaking or some superficial things. So our entrepreneur in residence will guide everybody for 3 hours to build a solid business idea, business plan, and a cash flow projection. Okay. So another free resources from Futurpreneur for the entrepreneur is that it's for everybody, right? So yeah, another resources is a business plan writer. And again, actually, you can go to Futurepreneur's website. You can find this page, business plan writer. You can just start to build your business plan by using the business plan writer. Basically, it's a very interactive and user friendly. You just answer all the questions. For each question, there are some tips, examples, and explanations. So which make your life easier, right? And this is free, and you just use the writer to answer the question. After that, you export it as a Word document or PDF document. That would be your business plan. All right. And if you are interested in some other samples, right? So we also have a business plan examples. It depends on different industry, right? So different industry, the business plan also would be different, slightly different. Okay. So, well, before I go to financing and mentoring, just to quickly check, do we have any question? Do we have any question? Oh, yeah, go ahead. Adamolo, please. Oh, okay. So you have a question here. Okay. Oh, yeah, I see. So thank you for asking. Thank you for asking. Again, what I talked just now, right? What I talked just now are all the resources for everyone, no matter whether you are Canadian citizen or PR. Okay, so you definitely can enjoy the workshops. So you can enjoy the business plan writers, a cash flow projection template. You can go to our workshops, website, and download the e-guide. They are for you. Yes, they are for everyone. If you ask whether you can start a business, I believe you can start a business, but you also need to double check, some specific resources because it depends. It depends. So some of the resources are for public, some of the resources are for citizen or permanent resident. So it's important to check the eligibility criteria. Okay, so even though you go to the government website to check the grants or some other resources or options, they every time, most of the time, they have eligibility. So just carefully check who are eligible for the resources. And if you want to start a business, the first thing you can go is to Google Manitoba government company office. Company office. All right. So it's called a company office in Manitoba government because they will help you navigate to the procedure to register a business. And you will see some of the information related, whether you can start a business, how to start a business. Did I answer your question? All right. Well, that's a good one. And okay, thank you. So let me just go back to the presentation because we still have several slides. Okay, so just now I asked the question and a lot of people gave me the answer in the chat box about your status in Canada, right? A lot of so I see some of you are PR. Some of you are PR. You already have the permanent residency, which is great because again, this help you to get a lot of benefits and resources in Canada. If we talk about the background information and why it's like this. So we need another 1 hour or 2 hours. So just to make it simple, Futurepreneur also has a financing and a mentoring program. And the basic, so we offer the young entrepreneurs collateral-free financing and one-on-one mentoring for 2 years for free. And this financing and mentoring program has the eligibility criteria, which is for Canadian citizen or permanent resident of Canada. So just to give you some detailed information. So if you already have the PR, right? If you are the PR or Canadian citizen, you may able to apply for Futurepreneurs financing. We have a startup program, which is for young entrepreneurs aged between 18 to 39 years old. It has up to $75,000 collateral-free loan over 5 years and 2 years of mentoring for free. Collateral-free means, again, we're a nonprofit organization and we aim to support, the diverse young entrepreneurs. So collateral-free means you don't need to use any asset to secure it, such as your car or apartment or house. No collateral at all. Yeah, so it's collateral-free loan. And the startup program is to support the entrepreneur who want to have a full-time business. And we also have a program parallel to startup program, which is a Black Entrepreneur Startup Program, aims to support Black entrepreneurs. And this is really a great program to support Black community. And it has up to $75,000 collateral-free loan as well. And also 2 years one-on-one mentoring. Yeah. And also, if you have a job, but still want to start a part-time business, we have a side hustle program, which has up to $25,000 collateral-free loan over 5 years and 2 years of mentoring for free. Yeah. And for some of you, because you gave me the information in the chat box, I know you are new, right? You just came to Canada maybe just for 1 month or 2 months or just less than half a year, you didn't have a chance to build the credit history yet, right? But if you are PR, even though you don't have any credit history, you still will have the chance to get to apply for up to $25,000 business loan from Futurepreneur. This is amazing. This is amazing because again, I recommend you to go to the national online workshop to understand the finance system in Canada and understand why credit score matters in Canada, because you will learn more about this kind of a system. But again, from Futurepreneurs program, we have this offering for newcomers who have no established credit history at all, still have a chance to apply for up to $25,000 loan. Yeah. Okay. I hope I made it clear. And while talking about eligibility, I just want to make it clear, because again, a lot of free resources are for everybody, no limit, no eligibility criteria. But for the financing and mentoring program, this requires the majority owner who has at least 51% ownership of the business, aged between 18 to 39 years old, either Canadian citizen or permanent resident of Canada. All right. And also, if you're a student, we expect you to be at the last year of your study and you already passed the research and the development stage. And if you already have a business, we expect you to operate the business full time within 2 years. Because again, Futurepreneur support startups. If you already passed the 2 years of full-time operation, honestly, it's easier for the business owner to get capital from different financial institutions. So Futurepreneur actually focus on underrepresented young entrepreneurs and startups. Make sense? Okay, so talking about mentoring, because I mentioned that we have the financing and the mentoring, right? I believe one of the barrier for the newcomers, yes, I understand because I was a newcomer 11 years ago. So we need to understand the customer market, right? We need to understand their needs. We also need to know the Canadian culture, what's appropriate, what's not appropriate, what's the social norm, what's right, what's wrong, right? So if there is someone who can guide us in this business journey, that would be great, right? So actually mentoring is really important, mentoring. So in Futurepreneur, as long as your financing get approved, all the entrepreneurs will be matched with a mentor who will provide this one-on-one mentoring for 2 years. And how we match the mentor, you can see from the slide. So for each mentor, when we onboard the mentor, we will ask them to indicate their top two primary skills they can offer to entrepreneurs. You can see the list here, sales, or operations, supply chain management, project management, e-commerce, social media, PR, public relations, right? Digital strategy, advertising, etc., etc. Yeah. So after they click this top two skills, that means we understand what they can coach. And from the entrepreneur's perspective, right? Whenever they after their financing get approved, they also will indicate what are the mentoring skills they need. So they need some mentor, for example, who is very good at social media marketing or who is very good at sales B2B, right? So they will just indicate what skills they need. And also mentoring industry, whether it's in food and beverage industry or innovation and technology industry, etc. Yeah. So these are the way. So these are the skills so we can offer to the entrepreneurs. And in this way, one is the supply, another is the demand. Then we match the entrepreneur and the mentor. Okay. Well, I guess these are the basic information about what we can offer for the newcomer entrepreneurs and also uh, for the permanent residents of Canada, aged between 18 to 39 years old. We have a financing and a mentoring program. And if you have any question, because we don't have a lot of time, but if you have any question, feel free to ask me right now, or you can also send me email. So you can see on the list, Caroline is our regional lead, looking after Manitoba and Saskatchewan. I'm Wendy Yan, right? I'm the senior manager looking after Manitoba. I also have a colleague who is the last one, Edeline, who is the business development manager looking after Black Entrepreneur Startup Program. So you can just send us email, or you can also follow our social media. So for example, later on, Futurepreneur has done some events or networking events or some opportunities or some resources. You will follow our social media. That will help you to understand, what you can benefit from. All right. Well, I guess it's a time for questions. Let me just stop sharing. So I see some hands up. I assume you have questions, or do you want to unmute yourself, or you want to type the question in the chat box? All right. So I see the question. I see the question from Patrice. Patrice? Patrice? Sorry. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. How can I help you to start a business? Okay. Well, I hope my presentation answered your question. So if you have the idea, if you try to make it solid, right? Definitely go to the workshop, Rock My Business workshop series, because Entrepreneur in Residence will coach you how to build a solid business idea, business plan, the cash flow. That's the good start. Okay. And another question from
Sorry,
uh,
Wendy.
yes.
Yeah, because Patrice was asking in French, so maybe I can translate that in French too.
Sure, sure.
Ok. Alors, Patrice, Wendy a dit toujours que tu peux aller et t'inscrire à l'atelier qu'ils ont, et c'est en français, ce qui est déjà mentionné. Euh, et je pense qu'il a aussi euh, il a parlé d'une autre futurepreneur at Quebec. So just like one question, Wendy,
Mm.
can they contact like futurepreneur at Quebec too? I could understand that they don't.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, you know what? Patrice, sorry. Maybe I should speak French, but I couldn't. Sorry about that. Yes, we can connect the entrepreneur who is a French speaking to our French speaking colleague.
ok.
Yeah.
Alors, yeah, c'est l'idée, c'est toujours de contacter futurepreneur et qui est basé à Québec pour avoir comme plus d'informations. Et puis, ça va être en français et ça va comme être tout clair. Mais la chose comme la plus proche, c'est de d'avoir comme fait ton inscription à l'atelier en français qui va être en février le 5. Et j'espère que ça répond à ta question. OK.
Okay, great. Great. Thank you for the
Thank you.
translation. Yeah, appreciate that. Okay, I see another question about interest rate, right? Interest rate. Okay, that's a good question and a very detailed question. You also can find the answer from the website because we have the terms on the website about interest. So generally speaking, we are non-profit organization, so the interest rate from Futurepreneur is relatively low. And if you ask me about current interest rate, you know what? Yesterday, the Bank of Canada just reduced the rate, right? Which is great. This is a perfect timing for a business owner to start a business. So at this moment, I can let you know the interest rate from Futurepreneur is 8.85%. And because the startup program is also partially funded by BDC. So for the portion from BDC, the interest rate is 9.2%. Okay, so I hope I answered your question. But again, if you're interested, because the interest rate changes from time to time, right? What I can let you know is we offer collateral-free financing, and we're a non-profit organization funded by federal government and the Manitoba government. So the interest rate is relatively low. But if you want to, yeah, sorry,
Oh
any
no,
question?
I was just going to ask for another question, but
Yes.
please keep going. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no worries. And I see another question from the member. Is it mandatory to have a physical office or work from home? Yes, we have a lot of home-based business. Of course, home-based business is popular and reasonable. It depends on your business, right? So, for example, if you have a consulting service, if you have like a consulting service, you just need a computer. If you have a marketing agency, you just need a computer. You don't need the physical office. But if you have a bakery or cafeteria or a restaurant, of course, a physical store is a kind of a basic thing. Yeah. So totally home-based business is a is definitely reasonable. Yeah. Okay, another question. I have friends who have established a business here. They are willing to invite us to invest in. Mm, okay, so if you are talking about investment, I would say first you have to be the business owner, right? Not just the investment, but you should, on paperwork, you should be the business owner. You should be the business owner. And we also will check all the business owners' um, like a background information uh, to meet the basic eligibility criteria. And also, yeah, we will see who are the owners and whether this business is operated as a part-time business or full-time business. So there are some details there. I hope I answered your question, Junki. Okay.
Thank you
Uh,
so much, Wendy. And there is a hand raised up. I would like to
yeah,
unmute them so they can ask their question.
please.
Bertrand, I'm going to unmute you so you can ask your question. You are self-muted. Please unmute yourself and you can speak.
Okay, thank you for the presentation. Are you getting me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I have a question. You spoke about financial, you explained also many things. It's true that maybe you are lucid, I don't know, get that part. My question is it possible, do we have to give a guarantee to give back the money when we are trying to acquire, receive the financial of our new business? I,
Do
is
do
it
you
making
need to
sense?
do you need to
Do
offer
you
what?
do we need to give a guarantee? A guarantee something that will prove that we give back the money or improve the money after.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, okay, guarantee. I don't, okay. So first, all the loans from Futurepreneurs are collateral free, right? Is that what you mean?
Okay. Yeah.
Secured loan or unsecured loan?
Yes.
So we don't need
Yes.
any collateral.
Okay.
We don't need any
Okay.
collateral. Actually, this is the reason we support young entrepreneurs, right? Because for a lot of young people, they don't have a collateral at all, right? So imagine if you are just 19 years old, 20 years old, you want to pursue the dream to start a business. You don't have the house yet, you don't have the car yet, you just want to start the business. So this is why all the financing from Futurepreneur are collateral free. You don't need to use a guarantee. The only thing is that if eventually, you have the challenge or struggle to pay back the loan, you have no chance or you have no risk to lose your house or property or asset, but the personal credit will more or less affected. Credit score. The personal credit score will be affected.
Thank you, Wendy. Thank you
Mm,
so much. We are almost at the end of our time. And thank you for joining us for today. And thank you all the participants for your excellent questions.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I don't know about the usually. So, Ada, if some of them are interested in the presentation slides, I can also share the PDF version of my presentation because I see some of them are try to get the QR code to go to the workshops. Yeah. Do you usually share the presentation slides, Ada? Okay. So I can send the presentation
Okay.
slides.
Yes, okay. I will make sure that attendees can get the presentation. Yes.
Okay, perfect. So in
Okay.
that case, then it's easier for them to get to the workshops
Mm-hmm.
and yeah. Okay, perfect.
Of course. And if you are not currently a Manitoba Start client, you can call our front desk, visit in person, or complete our online registration form that is on our website under For Newcomers tab, Register for Services. As you can see, you can check your eligibility here and you can click on this button to register online. By registering with Manitoba Start, you will connect with settlement services and have access to career services that can assist you with resume development, career planning, job search strategies, and interview skills. For a list of programs and services offered by Career Services, please go under the Career Services tab of the website. As you can see, we offer many workshop and resources here. Lastly, please take a look at our events page. You can programs and events from here. And don't forget that Manitoba Start is here to assist you by providing services such as personalized career coaching, developing your resume, or job search assistance to help you find sustainable employment. Please follow us on social media to stay up to date on our latest events. So, on behalf of Wendy from Futurpreneur and the Manitoba Start team, thank you for attending and stay well.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for having me. Thank you, Ada. Good luck, everyone.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Bye. Have a good day.